Young lords and learners, welcome to this session. I am going to talk about a character sketch of Chitra in Rabindranath Tagore's Chitra. Chitra in Tagore's play Chitra is an embodiment of complete feminism. Now let me talk about Rabindranath Tagore first. Rabindranath Tagore was a versatile genius of India. He was a great poet, dramatist, novelist, short story writer, painter, music composer, and what not. Rabindranath Tagore happens to be the first Indian to be awarded Nobel Prize on Literature, Gitanjali, offerings of songs. Tagore was a great poet above all. Chitra is an important play that deals with the story of the passionate love between Chitra and Arjuna. Chitra is the only daughter of Chitra Vardhana, the king of Manipur. Chitra Vardhana, the king of Manipur, had no son as heir, so he brought up Chitra as son. Lord Mahadev blessed Chitrabhadana that he would get a son as his neighbor, but he could not get a son, so he brought up Chitra as his son. Now, Chitra is depicted in the play Chitra with many women characteristics, with many female qualities. I would like to discuss some of the important qualities of Chitra as depicted by Tagore in the play Chitra. Chitra is an obedient daughter of Chitrabhardhana, the king of Manipur. The story comes from the Mahabharata. Chitra stands for Chitrangad in the Mahabharata. She is an obedient daughter of her father. Her father brings her up like a son because he has no son as his heir. So she is an obedient daughter. She is presented as an obedient daughter in the play. Now, Chitra is also depicted as a great woman, a woman of modern time. She is an embodiment of modern women. Chitra was not so beautiful. She wants to love Arjuna, the great warrior, but she does not possess so beautiful youth and charm to attract, to captivate a warrior, Arjuna. Chitra is not a girl who can shed tears within the four walls of the house as a repent. She goes to Madana, the god of love, and he prays to God Madan to give her passionate love, so that she may be able to captivate, to attract Arjuna. Not only this, Chitra goes to Basanta. She prays to him to give her rare beauty and youth. Now, getting rare beauty, youth and passionate love, she goes to the jungle, forest, to meet Arjuna and attract him. First of all, Arjuna tells him that he has taken a vow of celibacy for 14 years. So he cannot love and marry her. But Arjuna is captivated by the beauty, charm and loving quality of Chitra. So he falls in love with Chitra in the jungle. Those days, India was called Aryavarta. The story relates to the Vedic age. Now, Arjuna is captivated by Chitra, and he tells, Arjuna tells, Arjuna comes and kneels down at the feet of Chitra and begs for her hand in marriage. Arjuna says, "You alone are perfect. You are the wealth of the world, the end of all poverty, the goal of all efforts, the one woman." But Chitra feels that her acquired beauty is nothing but an illusion. So she cries out, "Arjuna, alas, it is not I, it is not I, Arjuna, it is the deceit of a god. Go, my hero, it's falsehood. Offer not your great heart to an illusion." She is fully conscious that her acquired beauty would be vanished soon. So she thinks deeply that it is well It is impossible for her to keep her disguise, and she prefers to accept the bad truth sooner than the false happiness. There is another aspect of Chitra's personality as well. The illusion of falsehood is unveiled, and Chitra, the playmate of Arjuna's knight, appears as the helpmate of the day, allowing her true self. Chitra says, "The self that I freely being is the heart of a woman. Here have all pains and joys gathered. If the flower service is finished, my master, accept this as your servant for the days to come." Chitra gets impregnated by Arjun. She bears a baby, a child in her womb, and so she becomes a mother. Thus, Chitra has different personalities. She is an embodiment of modern feminism. Iyengar rightly says that Chitra is like Kalidas Shakuntalam. That's all.